The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And off we go to wrap up a busy weekend of football.
Takes it at the 7.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there. And now 4th down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. So here are the Patriots now backed up a bit to start their first drive. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Algier again on 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on 3rd down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys with great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Here's Rodgers. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Now Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory.
Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw on second down.
Lawrence. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Patriots are going to take possession of the football. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On 1st and 10, it's Algier.
He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here's Algier again on 2nd down.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9.
Algier will try to pick it up.
They juked him. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. To throw, it's Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Algier.
That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Gano's kick is good, and the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Now, this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Sitting in 1st place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
He'll find his running back, Edwards-Helaire.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down.
Now Lawrence.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
First down, and they'll start with Algier.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
They were just trying to give their offense a little more room down near their own goal line, but this is just going to make things worse.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Here's Algier again on second down.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
Taking on the midfield logo. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over first and 10 on the short side of the field.
On first down, Lawrence.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession. So after the sack, here's second and 14.
From midfield now, Lawrence.
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to
and they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. And this is caught. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a first down. And they were right in that gray area on the edge of long field goal range. Maybe too short to punt it. So the defense probably was expecting this was a possibility.
They should have been. And in most cases, what you do on defense is you go to what they call punt safe. In other words, you leave your defense on the field, prepare for them to possibly go for it, and then you just have a little bit different responsibilities. You're not really trying to get a big return. You just want to make sure you get the ball back. But they fell asleep at the switch.
And the Colts are going to have a first and goal as he's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Sliding out of the pocket.
That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Edwards-Helaire.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
And now third and goal coming up, the loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
The Colts on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at a third and goal here.
Now Lawrence.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field.
And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. Two division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me, because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Out now is the punter, Braden Mann.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
The Colts set to take over here offensively. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Lawrence.
That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Lawrence will throw.
Hard throw, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. When there's extra defenders on the field, dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
Here's Blake Gillikin now.
Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Patriots take over.
New England trying to get a place on offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series. But what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Rodgers. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Gano's kick is good, and they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Indianapolis offense ready to go again. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
11 yards for number 11.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. Donovan Wilson that time there on the tackle.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. That was 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence.
He finds his target. It's Schultz.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He'll rifle this one deep right side.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
He's going to try and go deep again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The Patriots with the football here late in this first half. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. A final shot before half for Rodgers.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where it was the visiting Panthers who were able to come in and get one on the road. Richie James, a touchdown catch in the victory. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats for the Colts in that first half. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Taken in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. For the Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3.
And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now Rodgers.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Rodgers to throw once more. He completes it to Boyd.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
From midfield, here's Rodgers.
And that's caught one more time by Boyd. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Trying the left side with Algier. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So first down, and they'll stick with Algier.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Throwing on second down. Rodgers going for Bateman. He's got him on the out route. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Throwing is Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one, so you look over at the sideline. There's the head coach saying, oh, heck, kick it, field goal time.
They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Give to Algier from the shotgun.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. That's complete, left side to Bateman. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. They'll run for it with Algier.
And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Off the draw, here's Hill. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. To throw, it's Rodgers. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. 3rd down, here's Algier.
And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Algier.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here.
Hill
Oh, nice move. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. They'll look to run with Algier.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
It's interesting where we are in the game now. The analytics folks, they might tell you to kick the field goal and make it a 2-score game. But you have to wonder if emotionally they're thinking, let's go for the touchdown and try and slam the door.
They'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And this Colts defense comes up with a goal line stand.
Lawrence from his end zone.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire.
And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
And taken at the 46. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. Rodgers now on 1st down.
He's got Granson as tight.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Colts pick it up. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the 2nd half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the 2nd half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence. And this one is incomplete.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now in Foxborough. The Colts on 3rd down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This will be 3rd and 6.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Here's Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Second and 11. Now Edwards-Helaire.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. The 22 is the line to gain here on third down.
Here's Lawrence.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. So a big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. The kick by Elliott is good. And that trims the lead to 3. It's 9-6 now. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25-yard line. New England's offense set to go. Fourth quarter, they cling to a 3-point lead after the field goal a moment ago, and it's certainly a very critical drive with still a good chunk of time remaining. Starting the drive with Algier. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Throwing now is Rodgers. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd, here's Algier.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Dancing to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lawrence. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And that will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Runs over him, and he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. First down, and they'll start with Algier.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That third down conversion good for 23. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll stick with Algier. And he'll get it inside the 35. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body. And he was able to get in there and make a great play.
On 2nd down, Hill. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
They stick on the ground on first down with Hill. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. On 2nd down, it's Hill. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Algier now up the middle.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here's Algier again on 2nd down.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Algier will try to pick it up.
Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Gano's kick is good, and they double their lead, pushing it up now to 12-6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
So the Colts now down on the scoreboard. 1:39 to go. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score.
Throwing now, Lawrence finding Schultz.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Lawrence.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here's Lawrence.
He finds his target. It's Schultz.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, marking down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Back to throw, Lawrence.
Eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused, because they still have some work to do?
A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. So now all eyes on the Patriots. Trailing by a point, 37 seconds to go. And they need about 35 yards to get in range for a winner as they come up on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Now Pickett.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Here's Pickett.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Down to a knee. Here goes Smith, and that should all but do it.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And this one won't be remembered for many offensive fireworks, but they did enough to get the job done.
And that's why it's a team game, because sometimes you have to lean on one part of your team. And they leaned on their defense. In fact, they probably went over there and asked for some help. Like, guys, we just don't have it in this one. Can you hook us up? And they did in a big way. Said, no problem. Put it on our shoulders. We'll carry you home. And they did exactly that.
So for the Colts, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for New England, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.